As for news, the big news is, of course, we had three adoptions yesterday. Joyce and Gabe and Marshmallow were all went home. Gabe is still on his way home, last I heard. Their flight was first delayed and then canceled, and they ended up spending the night in a hotel near JFK. But from everything I've heard, Gabe had a really good time, so he's not at all put out. And thank goodness they had. I don't know if it's just they're just excellent planners or they just every contingency, but the airline wouldn't let them have their bags back. So it was really fortunate that they had food and all the necessities for him in their carry-on, which I know if it were me, I probably would not have done, considering that I would expect to get on the plane and off the plane without needing any of that stuff. So really lucky about that. And then also, of course, one of those things is the gabapentin that he'll probably want to calm him down for his trip today. Boy, that stuff knocked him out yesterday. That was really something. So hopefully his flight today will be just fine. As for the other two, Marsh and Joyce, we've already seen updates from them meeting their new cat brothers and sisters, and doing very well about it. So it's good. It's all good news. Today, of course, after mailbag, which is why I'm going to have to keep it moving just to be safe. We're expecting Sky to get her adoption around 11:30. Which does provide some margin, but I've also been working all mornings on other things. Now, we've got all the endowments and stuff and paperwork all lined up, but still, I'm going to want some time in between to make sure I got all the ducks in a row. So we'll try to get through this. Like I said, it's probably not going to take too long anyway. That's it for news, though. That and the fact, of course, that all of the adoptions are coming right up, except I think that it is... going from memory, pajamas and is it pajamas and rafter that are going together, and they're not going for another week. And then, as far as I've heard, I think Cashmere still needs an adopter, which is strange, I think, because he is just a wonderful little kitten, of course. But I know he will find his adopter in due time, and he gets along really well with everybody here. So not a concern as long as he needs to stay to find the right person. That's it, though. That then is definitely everything. I know people are like, okay, now the house is going to be extremely empty of kittens after Monday, which is true. Even next week it will be especially empty of kittens. We're only going to have potentially one, maybe two, if you think Crank and maybe Cash. And then the rest will all be mom cat and faculty, which is, that might be a record for us. I'm not sure what the fewest kittens we've ever had at the Academy has been. I guess it can't be the record because there must have been a time when we had just mom cat, but it's rare. And Dawes has already maybe got a lead on a potential other mom cat for us to bring in, or if we get the opportunity, I think it would be fun to bring in some little siblings for Crank, but that can be tricky to manage, especially if our mom cat Gadget here is not up for it, and I don't know that she would be. It will be easier to do that after Crank is fully weaned and eating her own food. Then it would be easy to do that because mom doesn't necessarily need to be involved at that point. And then it opens up our options a little. So if we do consider that, that's something that I think we'll sort of consider in a little while, not immediately. But she should be getting really close to being weaned anyway. She's been eating baby food with some success because she likes that, but so far won't really eat mom's real food. And the one time we tried her on RC Mom and Baby Cat, she wasn't having it, but that doesn't mean that she won't be ready for it in a few more days. She's making great gains. She's playing, she's climbing, learning to be a kitten, and that's my favorite thing to see. So it's good times around here.